On November 16th, 1996, 5-year-old John Henry Jacobson disappeared in Bismarck, North Dakota, along with his mother, Sandra Jacobson. That evening, Sandra and John were supposed to have dinner at Sandra's mother's home. While on the way, Sandra called police, saying she believed satanic ritual abuse was happening on a farm near Center, North Dakota. She didn't trust local law enforcement, so she called Bismarck police instead. Sandra and John made it to her mother's house around 7:30 p.m. Family members said she seemed unstable, so her mother convinced her to go to the hospital. Before agreeing, Sandra wanted to stop for gas. She left with John in her gray 1990 Honda Civic. They bought fuel but never returned. By 10 p.m., her mother reported them missing. The next day, police found Sandra's car abandoned at Centennial Beach near the Missouri River. The driver's door was wide open, the keys were still in the ignition, and Sandra's purse was left untouched on the seat. A child's shoe, possibly John's, was also found nearby, but strong river currents and bad weather prevented a full search. Sandra had been going through a separation from her husband, Alan Jacobson, John's father. She worried about losing custody, but Alan told police they were reconciling. Investigators later discovered he hadn't attended the counseling he claimed. His alibi for the weekend was never confirmed, and he refused to give a DNA sample. After Sandra and John vanished, Alan emptied her trailer of clothing, food, and belongings, including her detailed daily journals, which were never found. John's older half-brother, Spencer, later claimed he saw Sandra's wedding rings at Alan's house days after she went missing. Alan denied taking them. To complicate matters further, Sandra's ex-husband, Vernon Nastrom, told police that years earlier Sandra had talked about an end-of-the-world pact, where they would jump from the Memorial Bridge together. The bridge stood close to where her car was found, but Vernon said Sandra later changed her mind, believing suicide would trap a soul on Earth forever. He passed a polygraph and was cleared of suspicion. 6 months later, another child's shoe turned up along the Missouri River. Alan thought it was John's. His grandmother and brother disagreed, saying it was too big. Tragically, in 2005, Vernon was murdered in an unrelated case when he was run over and left in a ditch. His homicide remains unsolved. As for John and Sandra, no bodies were ever recovered, and no solid evidence proved whether they drowned, met with foul play, or simply vanished. They were eventually declared legally dead. Still, questions remain. Did Sandra harm her son in a mental health crisis? Did Alan know more than he admitted? Or is there another explanation that's been overlooked for nearly 30 years? What do you think really happened to 5-year-old John Jacobson and his mother Sandra on that November night in 1996?